to my review for Transformers Movie 1 Target exclusive G1 Colors Jazz. I picked this guy up at a flea market. I meant to get him when he first came out, but I just never got around to it. But now I have him, and I'm really happy with him. He's a really nice repaint, and I think he might possibly be the best repaint of the whole Movie 1 line, which is saying something because the Movie 1 line had some really great repaints. Anyways, you can see he's a G1 inspired repaint of the Movie 1 Deluxe Jazz mold, which I already did a review on. It's got the classic white coloring, the classic blue, kind of sky blue and red stripe going down the middle of the car, a number 4 on the hood as well as on the side of the door. It's got Jazz written down here in tiny letters. It doesn't have the Porsche Martini logos, which I'm sure some people will complain about, but fret not, I'm sure Repro Labels will get around to doing a set for this guy that will give him Porsche Martini logos. But anyway, not much I can say about the vehicle mode. The spoiler, for whatever reason, does go up and down, so if you want to angle the spoiler back, you can. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but whatever. He does come with his gun. It's just a white repaint of the original gun. You can, if you want, clip it onto the back of the spoiler so he has a little back-mounted gun. I usually don't do that because I think it looks a little silly, but you can do that. Just thought I'd point that out. He does roll, but not as well as I would like. The underside of the car really does inhibit his rolling ability, so that's a real shame that he has such a nice-looking car mode, but it doesn't roll very well, so that's really a shame. It's my #1 complaint about the figure. Other than that, I think it's totally awesome. Anyway, just to give you an idea of what he would look like with his G1 car buddies, here he is next to Universe Sideswipe. So you can see he's a little out of scale there, but I'm sure with some figures he'd be in much better scale, like Classics Voyager Optimus, or maybe even Classics Bumblebee, but I'm not sure because I don't own either of those figures. To transform it, exact same way as before, you just want to take the trunk of the car and lift it up onto the roof, like so. Then you want to bring down his legs, spin them around so the wheels are facing the back. Then you want to flip down the heel spur, like so. Do the same over here. Like so. I do notice the joints on this guy are a lot tighter than on my original Jazz, which is weird because most exclusives has looser joints than the mainstream figures. Anyway, then you want to rotate these down. You don't have to, but they do have the ability to rotate down, so you might as well. Then you want to bend his waist down a little, like that, so you can kind of give him a gear walk mode, if you wish. Anyway, then you want to take the hood of the car, you want to lift it down, then you want to flip these pieces up, like so. Then you want to flip out his hands, then you want to pull on the wheels so they reveal these connector rods. Then you want to take this white piece and flip it around. I would be careful when transforming these because they are on tight joints and they're on a small piece of plastic, so I would not be surprised if these break at some point, so be really careful when you're transforming these pieces. You want to do the same on that side. Then you want to collapse the arms in so they form his arms, like so. And I do the same on this side, like so, and then you want to bend the arms up. Then you want to straighten out his legs. Then you want to bring his chest down and plug it into his waist. You'll have a nice firm click. Then you want to collapse the hood of the car in and push it in all the way to reveal his head. And there you have Jazz in his robot mode. You can give him his gun. It works the exact same way as the original figure did. You just want to flip this little panel off to the side, and then there's a little post and hole in his arm right here so you can plug the gun in. You can still do the sniper rifle type thing. What I usually do with this one, as opposed to the Movie 1 version where I leave it completely collapsed in, is I usually I take the sniper rifle end and I just push it into this bigger end right here. So he kind of has a G1 cannon, kind of doesn't. It's not perfect, but it works well enough for me, and it looks really nice actually. Same posability as before. He does have a ball-jointed head. It is a little limited, but it can still hold some pretty cool poses. Shoulders rotate 360. They can go up and down on these connector joints if you want. His arms bend about 180 at the elbow. Hips are on swivel joints so they can go in and out and back and forth. They still didn't fix the loose waist problem, which I think is a real shame. It would have been nice if they had just fixed it, but anyway. Knee joints, and it rotates all the way around at the lower part of the knee, feet go up and down, and that's about it. For some size comparisons, here he is next to his original self. So much as I like this mold done up in movie colors, I do like this version a lot better. I just think it pops a little more than the kind of bland silver with black and bronze and whatnot on it. I do like this figure. I still recommend, highly recommend it. But I do think this guy is the better version of the two. And that might be because I like G1 Jazz a lot better than I like his movie version. The toy's awesome, but I don't really like the movie Jazz character. Also, just because I think he works as a Classics Jazz type figure, here he is next to Classics Deluxe Optimus Prime. So you can see it doesn't fit in perfectly with the Classics. I compare it a lot to the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager Bludgeon figure that wasn't completely Classics, but then again wasn't completely movie either. So I think he works as a Classic Jazz, and it certainly beats paying $100 or more for the BotCon version. And in my opinion, this guy looks like a better figure. I don't have that figure mold, but in my opinion, this guy looks a lot better. He's a lot less Kibble, and just, in my opinion, looks a lot better. Again, so highly recommend it if you can get it at a cheaper price. He does go for around 30 bucks on eBay. I got him for $5 at a flea market. So if you can find him for a good price, I definitely recommend you pick him up because he's a really great repaint, like I said before. And there you go, my look at Transformers Movie 1 Target exclusive G1 Colors Jazz. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.